Hi guys! Thought I'd start off 2015 with a look back at some of my videos from 2014. Now I know you guys have seen the videos, but things that you don't know about the videos is what I'm going to talk about in this video. Little behind the scenes tidbits, things you didn't know, sort of an inside look at LeahMouse 2014. Let's start with the first one. In the first one I uploaded January 25th of 2014, it was entitled, I'm Back, OMG, because it was my first video that I'd made in a really long time after taking a long hiatus. We did it all in one take. As you know, I normally edit my videos, piece them together, there's little jump cuts here and there. That one, if you look at it, all one fluid take. No edits or cuts whatsoever until we get to the part where I obviously introduced Derek. The funny thing is, we actually had to do it twice. We had to do the entire video twice, because the first time I kept cracking up laughing because I could hear Derek shuffling around behind me and it kept making me laugh and I kept forgetting what I was saying and basically I just kept losing it. And I don't know how I managed to do the entire second take with a straight face, but I pulled it off. So what I did was I actually have my little visor screen completely flipped backwards so that I couldn't actually see myself or what he was doing behind me. So that was rather awkward because I'm used to having the screen over here where I can like look at myself for reference if I need to, or fix my hair or bugs or whatever. So it was completely black. I was just shooting from the hip, staring at the camera. I didn't actually have anything planned specifically that I wanted to say because the main focus of the video was supposed to be him dancing around and doing weird stuff in the background, which we did not pre-plan. It was just kind of stuff he made up on the spot. It was really hard to maintain my composure. Also with that video, I was really nervous to introduce Derek because everybody had been used to Kevin being in my videos, and though Derek had been a part of my life for many months before that, my YouTube audience hadn't met him yet. So I was really nervous about coming back into the YouTube community for the first time in a while and introducing a new guy as like my little co-star, you know, who wasn't Kevin when you guys were so used to Kevin. But I'm really glad that that turned out well and you guys seem to like him. In my video that I uploaded February 10th, 2014, was called True Love. It's a little funny skit about Derek and I hating each other and trying to kill each other, and that's what makes it funny and makes us reconvene at the end as loving each other again because we both find it funny that we both had it in our heads to kill each other. Funny thing about that video, that Derek and I were actually in the midst of really not getting along from fighting a lot that day when we made this video. So that speaks for two things. One, being that it hilariously makes this video all the more accurate, and second, it means our acting skills are awesome. And in the very last scene where we're just kind of staring at each other and start laughing, we're actually incredibly pissed off at each other from fighting all day, so that hug and kiss was actually really uncomfortable, but we pulled it off pretty well, considering the circumstances. Interesting fact about the scene where I am shown cutting his brake lines in his Jeep, since Derek is actually a mechanic, he actually showed me exactly where the brake lines were located on the inside of hood of his Jeep, so that it would be accurate when I pretended to cut them. By the way, that poison was onion powder. The scene where Derek wrecks his Jeep took an entire day to film and 3 full hours to edit. Just that little section. The footage that was shown of him driving that was shot through the windshield, we actually filmed in a parking lot, and I was actually laying on the hood of his Jeep while he was actually driving, and I was holding the camera looking through the windshield at him. It was very scary. We did it about 5 times, but it was kind of fun at the same time. The part where he actually hits the steering wheel after crashing into the tree, we actually filmed that in the same parking lot, and basically we had him drive forward for a few seconds and then he literally slammed on the brakes, so he actually was hitting the steering wheel for real. He was getting kind of frustrated because we had to do this about 5 or 6 times and he was getting kind of banged up, and on the actual footage that we used he actually did hit his eye pretty bad. The video called What It's Like to Date a YouTuber that I uploaded March 18th, some little bits about that. Similar to the True Love video, Derek and I spent a lot of time fighting behind the scenes while shooting this video. Particularly the scene where we're sitting at the picnic table across from each other. We were pretty angry at each other in that scene. I think that was the angriest we were. Kudos to our acting abilities for being able to pull that off without coming across as being pissed off at each other, because we really were. There's actually another scene where if you watch the blooper reel, when we're snuggling on the couch, we're like trying to get situated under the blanket, and he sarcastically says, "Yay, this movie is so awesome," and then you see me roll my eyes. That's actually because we were in the middle of a fight while shooting that scene. The shot where I'm playing a video game naked actually took several shots and multiple editing attempts to blur out my bits, because I actually was naked. finally had to settle for the black box because blurring or pixelating it wasn't good enough because certain parts were still kind of discernible, if you know what I mean. The race car footy pajamas that I throw at him actually weren't merely just a prop in this video. We actually purchased those on a shopping trip with his brother, and I saw them, thought they were cute. Derek decided to buy them and wear them around the house a couple times just to make me laugh. In the video I uploaded March 28th called 5 More Minutes of Stupid, while the original 5 minutes of stupid I thought was kind of dumb and I actually didn't like it, and I really almost didn't enjoy the fact that people were saying that it was my best video ever, since most of my videos I put a lot of time into, but with that one I literally spent maybe a total of 20 minutes doing. So I resisted making a second one because I was mildly insulted that people begged for more of that kind of thing rather than videos I put so much hard work into. But I finally caved because I figured, hey, if you guys enjoy my weirdness, who am I to deny you of that? And I thought it was fun. I enjoyed it. So the part where I'm in the bathtub and I say, "Look, I'm Kitty," is a reference to the bathtub vlogs that my friend Kitty Manikinette does on her YouTube. The peanut butter song that you actually hear random clips of me singing throughout the video. If you don't like to eat peanut butter, then don't buy it. Don't buy it. And if you don't like mayonnaise and relish mixed, then don't put them in a bowl together. It's actually a song that I made up in about 2003 while I was in the shower. For some reason, it's the only song I have ever been able to actually make up and remember successfully. A little behind the scenes information about the May 15th video, Teen Problems versus Adult Problems. A lot of my audience seemed to assume that I was basing this off of problems that I'd faced when I was a teenager, when in fact I had none of those problems when I was a teenager. Cell phones really didn't exist when I was a teenager. I mean, they existed, but like no one had them, and they were those giant, huge things. I didn't party, I was really studious, and I was a loner, so I didn't worry about homework or partying or hanging out with friends or anything like that. I had so much acne that I don't think that I could have even counted my pimples on any given day if you'd paid me to do it. And I don't think I ever once wore an outfit that would have been considered cute. The video is actually inspired by the job I was working at the time, where I, as a 30-year-old, worked with a lot of high school people, and I would overhear their conversations and things that they were like complaining about or stressing about, you know, such as a test on Friday, and I would just kind of like laugh to myself and shake my head and think, oh my god, you guys have it so easy, you don't even know. So that's really where the idea for the video came from. My video from July 24th, Annoying Shit That Guys Do, I really got yelled at a lot for that one, which I didn't quite understand because I thought it would just be funny and people would laugh. A lot of guys didn't find it offensive, but some guys did, which I also didn't understand because I thought it would be obvious that I was obviously talking about only the guys that the things in the video applied to. So I felt really bad about that. And some people seem to think that these ideas came from like 3 guys that I'd dated or something like that in my life, when in fact it was actually probably from about a total of 30 guys over the course of the last 15 years of my life that I have been dating, or guys that I haven't even dated. Like, these are just like friends and coworkers. Plus it was based on coinciding stories of female friends that I had who was having similar problems, guys in their life who were, you know, hitting on them or that they were dating or whatever. At the time I made the video, I was actually single. Derek and I had split up, and so I was on the radar, so to speak. Some of the very specific things that I mentioned in the video were actually happening to me during that precise time from like 5 or 6 different guys, friends or coworkers. I wasn't dating anyone. This was just all people who were just kind of coming at me like I was a piece of meat, you know what I'm saying? And I really didn't appreciate it. So this video was sort of me yelling at them for this stuff without actually having to yell at each of them individually 5 times over to their face. Plus I thought it would make, again, a good video for people to bond over and laugh at and have a good time with. Yay. And a little tidbit about the part where I say the guy took me out to dinner and then commented the lead singer of the song was hot. That was actually Derek on our first date. So in a response to that video I uploaded July 28th, the Annoying Shit Girls Do was sort of meant to be a balancing the scale type of video because I pissed off a lot of guys. So I thought that I would even the playing field and talk about what we as girls do that are annoying. The funny thing is, I actually got yelled at more for this video than I did the guys one because all these feminists started coming at me, being all ticked off about the things that I said. I didn't actually say what they were angry about. They just sort of twisted my words to fulfill their angry agenda, which I didn't really appreciate because I really meant no harm. I'm just trying to make people laugh. Then the most recent video that I uploaded on December 28th, I believe it was, 27th, 28th, whatever, if you lose your job. This video was actually comic relief, artistic expression of some very real anger and some very real circumstances that actually happened in my life. The circumstances surrounding how I lost my job were what kind of fueled the anger / creative process for this video. There was a female manager who worked where I worked, and from day one she felt threatened by me and decided to cause problems. I don't know if she was doing the rumor spreading, if someone else was, but she would come to me with these rumors about things that I said about her, which was completely crap because I did not care. I was not threatened by her whatsoever because I knew that I was going to get promoted no matter what, and I knew she would either have to get promoted or just move to a different store for that to happen. I wasn't looking to get her out of the way. I didn't have any problem with her or any reason like that, and I was actually damn good at my job. Everybody and anybody who I've ever worked with will agree with that. So one day my boss told me to come in a couple hours early because I was scheduled that day. I walked into his office and he fired me. I could not figure why. I started breaking down crying. You know, he said because, you know, the higher ups found out about the rift between you guys and, you know, we have to cut our losses. And I'm just like, this is ridiculous. It's just stupid thing to be fired over. And I tried to find out what she said because I know she said something to them. They would not tell me. They refused to tell me what it was she said. They said it didn't matter. They said it was irrelevant and to just move on. I was very angry because this happened 2 weeks before Christmas. I did not even see it coming. I was not even given the opportunity to present my side of the story or talk to the higher ups about it. I'm still angry about it because I believe that to be about the most unfairly I've ever been treated in my entire life. Thus, this video was born out of the creative, turning my anger into art type of thing. The scene where I bite the head off the gingerbread cookie and stab it, that is actually supposed to be a cookie representation of the female manager who decided to try to get me fired no matter what it took. And while I would never hurt her, of course, in real life, I figured it would be pretty harmless to take my aggression out on the cookie. Plus it was funny. The scene where I eat the cat food, I actually ended up stuffing my mouth with a giant handful of Reese's Pieces. It was not cat food. The cardboard house where Derek is seen sitting and humming like a crazy person and stirring his food, he actually took about 5 hours to construct that all by himself. He constructed that entire thing while I shot other various parts of the video, and then we shot that scene after he was finished. So he's very proud of that, and it has since been turned into a cat's playhouse for our little kittens. And the scene where Derek cuts out his kidney actually took the longest to shoot, even though it was the shortest footage besides the one of me crying, because we kept laughing, as you can see in the blooper reel if you watch it, because the cats were running around outside playing with their ball, or we just could not keep our composure because of the noises that Derek had to make while he was cutting out his kidney. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the look back at some of my 2014 videos, and I hope you enjoyed learning the little inside scoops that I had to give you for each one. Share with me your thoughts in the comments. What surprised you? What did you like to hear about? What kinds of things would you like to see in the future with things like this? Did you like this video? Did you not like this video? Just let me know what you thought in the comments below and give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And don't forget to check out my vlog channel. I'm still putting up vlogs pretty regularly as much as I can. I'm trying to get caught up right now actually. The next one's going to be my Christmas Eve video from when Derek and I spent Christmas Eve together. And if you missed any of the videos that I mentioned, just go ahead and give them a watch right now. I put all the links to all the videos I mentioned in the description below, so you can go ahead and check those out if you missed any of them. Or you can go back and watch them again for reference, and go back and watch them again with new behind the scenes knowledge, so you can look at them and see it in a whole different light. And now I'm going to end this video because my mouth is very dry. So I will bid you all adieu, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!